Welcome back everyone for another video on Warship Legends. Today we have a video on the top 10 teachable moments that I've come across the last couple weeks. Hopefully there's something in here that you can learn. Coming in at number 10, don't rush in, especially if you're a cruiser. If you don't have any spotting in front of you, don't rush in until you know what enemy ships are across from you. If you do, make sure that you're well angled and don't do this. Pensacola is driving straight ahead, just trying to push in. Unfortunately, he's not angled well, catches several of these shells, 3 citadels in the dev strike. Coming in at number 9, when you're playing in a division, make sure to pay attention to the ships you choose, because failed divisions will always lose. If you don't know what a failed division is, this is when you are playing with buddies in division and you pick different tiers of ships. When this happens, say you're playing a tier 6 ship and your buddy picks a tier 5, you all then have the possibility of getting tiered up to a tier 7 match. In this example, Mr. Kuma was tiered with a tier 4 ship and he got pulled into a tier 5 and deleted within 10 seconds. It's a disadvantage to your team. Overall, don't do that. Coming in at number 8, it's knowing the score and knowing how to win the game. For this, we have a lone Alabama on the enemy team. He's going up against 2 battleships on my team and a cruiser. Now, if you look at my hit points are currently at 2,900 points. A single penetration against me would most likely kill me and automatically give his team an extra 40 points, plus take the biggest guns that are currently shooting at him out of the match. He decides to completely ignore me, continues to sail broadside, even with the 3 caps. This is borderline a throw on his part. I know that he's going up against 3v1, but if he kills me right then in the beginning when he spots me, this match is all but over. I don't get those 2 citadels on him. I don't continue just to rain down shells on him. Overall, terrible play by this Alabama. He could have won this match very easily. Unfortunately, he does end up going down to the Cleveland here, and our team somehow pulls out the W even while ignoring all the capture points until the very end. So, if you have to kill someone, make sure you take out the biggest guns and the lowest health ship that is in your range. Coming in at number 7 here, we have staying at your cap. So when you're playing a domination game, you're going to get spawned in front of one of the caps. Stay with your teammates, go for the capture point. Don't all go to the middle like a giant black hole sucking all the ships into the middle of the map. It's a terrible strategy, terrible tactics, and it's going to result in more losses than wins. In this game, you can see the 2 fellow battleships, are actually 1 battleship, 1 cruiser that started with me. They just immediately turn in, start going towards B. Just leaving me out to dry here. Not a surprise here. Our team lost this match in less than 4 minutes because we got mercy ruled. Because what happens is that the enemy team goes on the flanks, they get cross-firing positions on all the ships that are bunched in the middle, and it's just way too easy to kill. Coming in at number 6, kill the destroyer first. If you're going to be pushing into a cap, make sure that the destroyer is dead before you do so. And especially when you're going up against the destroyer like the Hocknick that has a 47-second reload time on their torpedoes. So this ship gets 12 torpedoes, 4 different launchers, and it's reloading every 47 seconds. So as you see here, the battleship's pushing in. We're not spotted, so we kind of have free reign to go ahead and put a whole bunch of torpedoes in his path. We're going to go ahead and keep moving up. We want to kind of surprise these guys, but then we get spotted by radar. So we know there's a cruiser in here somewhere. We see the battleship pop up once again. He doesn't shoot at us. The cruiser isn't shooting at us. No one is shooting at us, which is a huge mistake. Here we see the emerald pop up. We're able to pop him for several citadels. We sink the battleship, and there we do see the destroyer. He'd come back in. So at this point, we're still spotted, but nobody's shooting at us. They've just kind of left us alone right here behind the island. Our torpedoes are already reloaded again, so we're going to go ahead, hit the reverse, and go ahead and start launching some more torpedoes back their way. Emerald decides to push in. He's going to eat a bunch more citadels here. Again, completely ignoring us. He's shooting the battleships to the north. I don't know what's going on here. The Minakaze does start shooting at us, but at this point, it's way too late. The Japanese destroyers don't have what it takes to be a gunship by themselves. So, really bad destroyer play, bad cruiser play, bad battleship play all around here. They could have ended my game a lot earlier if they had just focused down on me. Instead, they end up losing the cap. Number 5, knowing when to retreat. So similar to the game with the Alabama, we need to be paying attention to the score. We need to know what it takes to win. So in this game, my team has a significant lead on points. There are 3 battleships left on the enemy team. And so do I go try to attack them or do I run? Doing some quick math, I'm realizing I don't need to kill anybody. I don't even need to keep the capture point that we have. So I'm going to point my ship towards the end of the map and start driving and just run out the clock. At this point, the only way for our team to lose is if I die. I don't need to be a hero. I don't need to try to torp rush one of these guys. So turn to the outside, go, put as much distance between you and the enemy battleships as you can. Go ahead and take the win. Even though it feels like you're not doing anything, that's fine. At the end of the day, we want to be playing for wins, not for kills. All right, number 4, ship angling. Pay attention to where your ship is pointed so that you can minimize incoming damage. This time we are driving a Pensacola going up against the Laga. Right here he's completely broadside, eats a lot of shells. We over-penetrate a couple of them, get a couple penetrations, and then he does bounce one. And then it looks here, he's turning hard in. I don't know if he's trying to get some torpedoes off. Anyways, terrible angling. He eats a lot more shells, 2 citadels, and we end up getting the kill. Number 3, twist and track. If you guys don't know what twist and track is, it tells you the closest ship, what direction they're in. So right there, we had spotted the Kagero for just a second. We know he's just behind the island here, and the twist and track indicator is showing us he's right behind the island. So what we're going to do, we're going to go ahead and make sure that island stays between us and that Kagero while we're finishing off this cap. Now, if you're the Kagero here and you get that little symbol that says located, that means you probably need to be disengaging. I know where you're at, I know the direction that you're moving, and as long as I'm sitting still, it's going to give me a very, very accurate depiction of the direction that you're moving. So as you can see here, the little indicator keeps moving a little bit to the right, a little bit to the right. So I'm assuming he's going to be coming around this island here. We're going to go ahead and fire the torpedoes. We spot him, but at this point there's nothing that he can do. Eats a torpedo, goes down. So if you're in that position, disengage, fight another day. Number 2, if you're going to go for the torp suicide run, shoot your torpedoes. Mr. Hidachi here, been playing around the island back and forth several times throughout this game. He finally decides to go for it. He's got me dead to rights. Unfortunately, he never shoots his torpedoes, gets dev struck, and then leaves his team in an extremely poor situation. So if you're going to do that, make sure you get the kill. And finally, number 1, destroyers have armor penetrating rounds also. If you're sitting in a cruiser and you've been behind the island the whole time, you want to make sure that you have an escape plan in case you get ambushed. In this case, the Mogami had been sitting back, slinging HE for most of the match. He wasn't expecting us to come around here. He immediately kicks into gear, goes full broadside. I'm guessing he's trying to get all his guns on us, but unfortunately that also means he's exposing all of his Citadel to our AP rounds. We're able to rein in 16 Citadel hits here and finish him off in less than 30 seconds. So if you're in this position as a cruiser, make sure you have an escape plan. Make sure that you can angle well if you do get ambushed. This is always an advantage for the cruisers. Unfortunately, he doesn't handle it well and goes down. That's what we have for the top 10 teachable moments for this week. Let me know what you guys think. Was this overly harsh? Anything that you saw in the videos that you would like to capitalize on, or other points that you would like to teach other players? Let me know in the comments down below. We'll have a lot more videos coming at you here shortly. If this is your first time watching the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button, and we'll see you later. Have a great day.